Hey everybody, and welcome to Fairway Media Disc Golf. I am Kirby Snyder. Alongside of me is Ollie DePina. This is the KO Disc Golf Show team. You are watching round one of the TerRon Open. This is presented by Tyler Schrock and Jim Hansen. That was Terry and Ron that you saw there in the corner. Give Fairway Media here a like, subscribe, and a follow. Ollie, how you doing, man?
Doing well, excited for some disc golf. You know, this is a beautiful course, a beautiful place, got a beautiful card. I love it.
Yeah, we got myself, Tyler Schrock, and Caleb Joyner all here at Lake Fenwick.
Who let the dogs out?
Spiderwebs are crazy all weekend, dude. They were out there.
We got a hole 180 feet, a par 3. Kind of like a beautiful starting hole right next to the parking, like where you park your car, and just kind of slightly up here on this like little elevated perch here, and you just want to beat that one main tree near that basket and leave yourself a putt. Some obstructed putts come from that.
Schrock's going with his really beat up Entropy. I think it's a kind of electron plastic. He was telling me, he's like, man, if I ever lose that thing, I'm in so much trouble. That thing's been a workhorse of his bag for a really long time.
Yeah, you see a lot of people play like that right. You want to go either right or left of that tree that we see Caleb hit there. And if you're going right, you want to crash down with that hyzer left of the basket. And then if you're going left, it's a little bit of a straighter shot, just wanting to slow down and with a putter, some kind of slower disc.
Yeah, I'm going with Exosoft Notion, and I'm actually trying to get that to be on the left side of the tree. It just, first hole jitters, kind of pulled it just a touch right, and got a pretty fortunate kick off of those trees behind it.
Yeah, see a fortunate kick there. It looks like Caleb got a fortunate kick. You see a lot of obstructed putts when you go long or find it long, and so we'll see some tap outs here from everyone, and a good clean star frame for hole 1 for 1.
Yeah, you love seeing everyone start off on a good note there. Hole 2 here, we're playing from the red tee pad, so it's the shorter tee pad there. OB on the right side of that wooden plank there, and basket's going to be tucked behind this tree just to your left. Slightly uphill, kind of uphill. You definitely want to go with not a disc that's too overstable, but you don't want to go too flippy either and burn it over into the side.
Kind of leaks it a little too straight and right, but finds its distance up there. Here we got Caleb. Asking the disc to hyzer.
Yeah, he went pretty long there, I'm pretty sure.
It looked very long.
I'm going with a Glacier, and I had that on a pretty good angle. I just missed it a little right, and got very lucky that did not fall into the OB.
I hear Schrock say something about a crosswind up there. Is there? And it doesn't look like too much wind or anything. Was there any? But kind of all the discs make a similar thing. Feel anything with that, or?
I don't think so. I think it was pretty calm. Just a little over anxious to start the round, and just missed a little right.
Oh my gosh, those are just do it for him. And that's kind of Caleb's range, that kind of lofty putt on a big anhyzer coming through. Schrock through the bushes, gets his birdie. Love to see it.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane run from Caleb. That's with his pitch from over there. He throws that a lot. He is so dialed up with those. It's really incredible.
Schrock grabbing one of the 3 birdies on the hole for the day. So 33% of the field birdied this, and he's one of them. We got hole 3 here. We got 240 feet, par 3. Very interesting hill slope with the path, with the basket being on the path here. So you're just wanting a shot to really slow down towards the basket. If not, a lot of roll away potential and a lot of danger from this hole can happen.
Yeah, it's so scary trying to get a putter or trying to get any disc to just land flat on the hillside here and not give you some kind of crazy roll away down there.
Yeah, even the calmest shot there, you see, just like gets that tree hit and is redirected out of bounds, and I hate to see it. Tough, the teeth of Finney.
Caleb's going with a P3X, and he was saying that his thought was just to kind of get it up on that hillside and let it kind of sit on those ferns and filtered out of those and just kind of fell right into the flat spot right in front of the basket really nicely.
Super hard to execute, but love to see it. Just knowing that hillside creates a lot of rolls, want this disc to stop, and boom, perfect. Yeah, because if that disc just keeps going probably a couple inches more, it's maybe finding that edge and going down. So love to see that.
Yeah, I was pretty happy and surprised that it stuck there. That was that soft notion again. A little left of where I was trying to get it to land. But yeah, very, very fortunate that it rolled the way it did and chilled.
Yeah, thankfully Schrock sits there giving it a really great run at that basket, which from the drop area looked like over there, wherever he was shooting from.
Yeah, it's so scary. I mean, the drop zone's not easy. It is a pretty decent putt to make. So you see a lot of people just laying up from the drop zone and just taking the four.
Schrock's going to be tapping out here. We had 44% of the field birdie this, with 44% of the field parring it, and one bogey on the day. So,
wow,
yeah,
4 deuce.
That's actually like a really impressive span of numbers for that hole.
One of the early holes that you want to get out free from.
Yeah. Hole 4 here, one of the shortest on the course at 160 feet, but very uphill, very tight line, and very dangerous. If you are left or right at all, you are down that hillside, probably rolling and almost definitely taking a bogey, if not more. Caleb's going back to that P3X and just throws a little short, but really, really nice, very safe in the fairway.
Is that a goat behind you?
Yeah, that's a goat sighting, that's right. I'm going with a drop. Came out a little left and a little early.
Oh.
Yeah, that was very scary. I didn't go too far down the hill, but I mean, I'm already kind of nervous that that's going to be a really tough spot.
Go Schrock, kind of the ideal line, going a little long, but honestly okay with this. Just a nice downhill comebacker, easy for his range.
Yeah, if that's the way to play it, is to go into that ivy and that hillside behind it. So you can see, I can't see the basket. Luckily, I had my caddy to kind of stand in between me and the basket and say it's 10 feet behind me right here. So I'm just trying to get a jump putt right through where he said he was and up to the basket there. So yeah, really fortunate I didn't fall any further down that hill, because if I did, that shot would have been so much more difficult.
Great putt from Caleb. Chasing it down, rocking the Tweeds Cafe cap. Shout out Tweeds Cafe. Get some nice breakfast there.
Love going to Tweeds. Awesome sandwiches. Huge portions.
Huge portions. Just like that huge birdie from Schrock.
A couple of good birdies from the guys. I'll take my par with that poor of a drive and still walk away with a par. Pretty satisfying.
Definitely. We got hole 5 art walking down the hill here.
Yeah, if you've ever been to Fenny, holes 1 through 4, I mean, a lot of people kind of get turned off of the place because of those four holes and the walk down from them, but the rest of the course smooths out from there, and this place is just absolutely so beautiful.
Got a beautiful Corvette in the parking lot.
Only a goat would drive those.
I guess a goat would drive it. I guess hole 5, par 3, 290 feet. Straight shot. You want to keep it right and having it hook left at the end to try to even get access to this basket. Or kind of a harder basket to get access to. A lot of foliage and a lot of things to get in your way. Got some dogs over there in the parking lot enjoying the day.
It was Terry and Ron, who the tournament's actually named after. The TerRon Open is Terry and Ron.
Gotta love it.
So those guys have been doing so much work. They originally put this course in. Schrock getting Fennied so hard there. But yeah, Terry and Ron have been putting work into the course for years. Apparently, they were back there, or they were in this course, clearing out area and clearing out blackberries back before this was even just a 9-holer. So Terry and Ron are the real ones. They're the OGs. I'm going with an MD4, and I'm trying to just kind of barely sneak through the trees, and Heiser just passed all that.
Lovely shot, lovely line. Schrock, fortunate enough to kick back out to the fairway, allow him to get this little forehand out. Don't see a ton of forehands from Tyler Schrock, but when he does, it's definitely a dialed approach shot.
Yeah, I think it's a shot that he's a lot more comfortable with now than he's been in the past. I mean, not to spoil too much, but we're going to see a couple of forehands out of him today.
Spoiler alert. Tapping out here, men in emerald green. This hole played has a 67% birdie rate. Very, very high.
Wow. Hole 3 here, 230 feet, par 3. It's going to be in this little boat over here. This is probably one of my favorite holes on the course because when this boat with the basket is in the island, which is the circle of blue brick over there, it plays as an island, and when the basket is just past there, that whole circle plays as out of bounds.
You see
So
it.
very fun way to utilize the circle. The fact that it's in a boat is also really fun. If you can hear the disc hit the boat, it's a pretty satisfying throw.
I didn't know they moved the boat as well as the pin. I feel like I've seen the pin there, but not the boat. Very cool touch.
Yeah, I think it's new to this year. I haven't seen it there in the past, but yeah, I think it's beautiful. It's really, really cool. It's such a fun feature of this course as well. Why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, you move the pin, and both positions are very fun. The island's fun, but I think this pin is a little more of a fun technical shot. Caleb just pinched off a bit from that forehand we saw from him. But I think it's a beautiful thing to move that basket with the boat. Oh my, and it looks like he gave it a nice run to it.
Beautiful little pup.
I didn't know I was at the TerRon Open. Schrock gives it a run, but just leaves it long. Gave it the speed, gave it the height, but just off on the location. We got Kirby from behind the bushes in the boat, in the basket. Love that. Get in the boat, sail away. Oh, no, not get in the boat.
No reason for it.
I would have gotten in the boat. Cleaning up the par. Love to see that, and we should see Caleb striding out of this bush to clean up the par. A lot of fun positions in here. It's definitely been cleared up a lot in the last year. This area is super awesome to see. Like, can't say enough how much work and how beautiful this course looks right now.
Yeah, just so much fun to play it out there.
Hole 7.
Sydney and that Fenway crew.
Yeah, shout out to Fenway crew. Hole 7, beautiful hillside, kind of where you were walking down after hole 4. You're kind of playing along that hillside now, and a beautiful, like, direct path towards the basket, and you can shoot a long hyzer out there and have it hook back towards this hillside, or kind of go more direct on the inside route. We'll see what we do here.
Yeah, I'm going basically right over the stump. There's a pretty clear gap, and this is going back to that MD4.
Yeah. A lot of I feel like mid-range is a really great distance. Like pushing out of mid-range, you don't really feel like you do it as much here at Fenwick. Maybe more shot shaping lines, but I feel like this hole really allows you to throw that hyzer at the hillside and get towards that basket in that green.
Yeah. Yeah, Caleb went to a PD. Just a little easier for him to power through the gap and get to hyzer correctly. And Schrock getting some unfortunate leafage there.
Definitely able to get the up and down from this position. Takes birdie out of play unless you throwing it in here. But I think when you get hit down there, it really creates the only foliage on this hole besides the main trees in the fairway.
This feels like one of the hardest holes to birdie on the course. It's just a very, very tight shot, very tight line. It's not necessarily a very difficult shape to make with the disc, just a very, very small gap to hit.
Yeah, we had 33% of the field birdie this, so he had 3 birdies on the day. We're going to be seeing 2 of them right here. So Definitely one of the harder ones to get. This card though, not making it, not really showing that.
No, I was surprised. Caleb and I were both that close.
Oh
Honestly,
my, who's that guy?
honestly, I'm kind of glad he turned away when he did because I felt like I was gonna fall down that hill. So, hole 8 here. This is the longest hole in the course, 390-foot par 3. Basket's gonna just be perched up on this little kind of like brick mound up here behind these two trees. Beautiful basket placement. Absolutely love that. I'm going with a swirly S-line PD, throwing it with a little bit of Anheuser, trying to get full flex out of it.
I really enjoy this hole. I think Fenwick's an amazing course, but yeah, it does lack some distance sometimes. So like anytime you are able to disc up and throw a little more shot shape demanding. I love the water and the little like river on the stream on this hole on the right, and the general basket location behind that tree and the little perch is amazing. I love this hole.
What a gap to hit right there.
What a gap.
That was a Sea Line Horizon Cloud Breaker. It looks like Schrock's looking to get a lot of the same stuff. Wow. That's cool.
Love that. Love seeing it within the circle. Uphill look at it between the trees. Finds it.
Great birdie from Schrock.
Kind of knew it out of his hand. Adjusted his hand to where he usually releases that. Don't see that many kind of misses out of Caleb, and Kirby able to capitalize. I feel like taking a stroke on Caleb on a tight matchup through these first few holes means a lot. Almost falling. Oh, he's good. He's good.
He's all right.
Hole 9, another one of my favorites. Honestly, you get this like valley of trees and bushes, but you got to get through it and above to like a similar elevation that you throw from. Got this wall blocking you a little bit, but really just kind of want to push to a right around there.
Yeah, I'm going with a Sea Line CD1, and just kind of pulled it a little too right. I kind of got afraid. There's a tree right there on the left that you're trying to hug with a hyzer as you're throwing up, and I think I just got a little afraid of it on the pull through.
Yeah, still beat most of the foliage, it looked like, so should have the up and down and a long look at it, but Schrock hitting the rocks up there should be around circle's range, maybe right outside, looking at the basket. Caleb.
I was so surprised with Caleb. He pulled out a function. If you don't know, a function is a extremely understable 8-speed. And he goes, no, I'm just going to power down on it and throw a real nose up. It'll be beefy. And Chuck and my caddy, Chuck and I are like, dude, that's a function doesn't do that. And he proved us wrong. I mean, he threw it power down, he threw a nose up, and it did not flip over completely like we thought it was going to. It was really impressive.
Yeah, as we tap out here, I feel like knowing your discs and knowing how to throw them is so much more important. Like, everyone will have a disc for this certain thing, but so many discs can do so many things if you throw them the right way. And I think Caleb's a great embodiment of that, and he does that with so many discs.
Your disc golf towel sucks, but it's not your fault. For too long, companies have been rebranding ball golf towels that are too long for your bag, drag on the ground, and pick up debris while on the course, but not anymore. This is our brand new Tactical Towel System 2.0, the first ever retractable towel system designed for disc golfers by disc golfers. With our multi-layer design, you receive your waffle knit outer layer and your microfiber inner layer that will handle any debris or moisture that you will experience on the course. And with our 27-inch retractable steel braid cable, you will be bending over less, which means less back pain, more disc golf, and more fun.
And we're back.
Hole 10 here, par 3, 300 feet. This has got to be the toughest hole in the course. Oh man, who's that good-looking dude? Crazy.
So yeah, that's the one problem with Fenwick. You got a couple crazies around the course. Got two of them right there on the drive-through, and you can't do anything about that. People will be people, but just treat everyone with respect. And oh, here's him now. Oh,
People be peopling. Yeah, 300 feet down this tunnel, really small gap, and then on the back hillside and to the left, kind of over that little gully. I went with a Horizon Sea Line Glacier, and I did the thing that I told myself to do if I wanted to miss, which is to pull the disc too far to the right. You can get kind of lucky over there and filter through. I think Caleb just kind of got into the gully down there, and looks like we missed Schrock's drive.
Missed Schrock's drive, but found some trouble, it looked like, and easy to find on this hole, honestly. I feel like there's the direct gap there, but I know a couple creatives in the scene that have gone, and there's some left gaps and other crazy things that I've seen, so.
Yeah, it's just so tight making it up and down here. I think Caleb is going back to that P3X, just trying to get that to wrap around up and up to the basket.
Finds bullseye there, it looks like, and you're just giving it a light bit, it looks like, keeping it near the basket. Still giving it a chance, but a safe bid.
Yeah, I was told that there was only one birdie on the hole for the entire day, so I wanted to give that just enough of a bid that maybe it would kind of get into the basket, but if it didn't, you know, we'd still be able to get an easy par.
And there was one birdie on the day. Let's shout out Jedediah. Let's go, Jedediah Domini.
Big birdie to get, man. That's huge.
Hole 11, par 3, 300 feet. Going through some trees, mostly the biggest tree to miss is this big one right here we see on the cam right now, and the basket's kind of directly behind that, so you want to kind of push a forehand, a lot of flex forehands I feel like we'll see here. We'll see a lot of straight mid-ranges just like ending towards the right, and we're going to see a forehand come out from, or no. Oh yeah, we do see a forehand come out from you.
Yeah, I'm going forehand. This is a Swirly S-Line PD2. This is just the I don't throw a lot of forehands, but the shot that just kind of made the most sense for me. Caleb's going with a Halo Destroyer, doing a lot of the same shape, a lot of the same stuff.
Watching Caleb throw forehand lines is just, it's poetry. It's really fun. It really is like the more natural part of his game, where he relied on that earlier in his career, where he's now a great backhand player, but his forehand is so naturally good.
Yeah, his forehand's really, really nice. See Schrock kind of getting over to the left there. I feel like that's kind of the common miss for the backhand. It's just to let it bleed out. Hopefully you go pin deep and give yourself a putt.
And a huge bird. Goes 7 under through 11 holes for you. That's a big statement to make. Caleb is right behind you, 6 through 11. And Schrock has been having a lot of opportunities, a couple unlucky breaks, I feel like. But still right out there, putting up good lines. Beautiful bridge.
Yeah, he's kind of having one of those classic Fenny rounds where he's not throwing bad shots, but he's not necessarily getting real great putting opportunities or real good birdie opportunities. This is a hole that can do that to you. Hole 12, one of the shorter ones on the course as well, 220 feet. It's a par 3, obviously. A lot of people call this a pole hole because of that metal pole that we're flying past just to your right. Believe that used to be a tree that fell, and some of the locals decided that tree was pivotal for this hole. Basket's on a little hillside here, and rollaways are abundant, so got to be very careful. Got to have the disc coming into that hill really delicately. I'm going with a Flex 3 P2 and hit the middle pole, but luckily maintain some forward progress, and we'll be all right.
See Caleb.
Woo. He's going with a Zone OS, and he just like smokes it down the path. Like he finds the gap, and he just throws the disc arguably as hard as he wants to, and ends up going really far past the basket. And then I don't know if you can see that, but that Schrock hit the very top of the pole and then jumped off and basically like sprang up and out.
Wow. We see Kirby just getting around to that left side. We see and the smart play there, just an easy get your 3, get your medicine. A run can really create a rollaway. You see a lot happen on this hole where the first shot definitely matters, but a lot of shots trickle to give you a look at the basket. It's just about how much you want to run it, because the rollaway possibilities will just leave you the same exact putt you had sometimes.
Yeah, the rollaways are so sucky on this hole.
Good par hit from Schrock, walking up, grabbing his disc. We'll see everyone else tap out here. Honestly, one of my a really challenging hole for the distance, which I just think shows a really fenny hole. A really fenny hole.
Yeah. It's one of my, honestly, I think it's one of my least favorites on the course. If I'm just being 100 with it. Being 100 with it? When do I say that?
On God, being 100 with it, it's a hard hole to hit. Hole 13, 275 feet, par 3. Again, going through a bunch of different gaps here on the tree. We got a bunch the Lake Fenwick on the right side, so tree misdirections towards the right can end up in the water, so definitely danger there, and another hilly basket position.
Yeah, I'm going back to that glow drop, and I want to throw this on a little bit of Anheuser and kind of get to find the gap, and didn't throw it on enough Anheuser. Hit one of the early trees, ricocheted right. We're nowhere near the water quite yet, but not a very good position to be in right now. Caleb's going back to that zone SS and just sending it down that hill. Hit the gap perfectly, but almost too perfect.
Yeah, one of the holes where you want to execute that gap hit, but you do want to be either hyzering down or a lower shot, so to eliminate either going long or hitting something and winding up over here on the right. But still, a solid shot from Schrock. Going to be able to looking at the basket, giving it a long look.
Yeah, I think that second tree was really, really good for him to kind of finish where he did.
Okay, so got up, be pin high-ish at the basket. Definitely a really hard position to be in. Schrock giving it a bid, giving it the height, but just drops down. Frustration for sure, but tough spot to be in to make that putt.
See how thick everything is there behind the basket from right where Caleb is. And this is, I mean, I don't know, this is my only bogey of the round. But this is a very really frustrating bogey to get. That actually ended a streak of 79 consecutive bogeyless holes that I was riding until then. I bogeyed my 5th hole of round 1 of the Chinook Challenge, and then I went bogey-free for another round of OG18 at SeaTac. I went 2 bogey-free rounds at Delphi, and then I was bogey-free until that point. So Fenny got me, man. Fenny ruined my little streak there, but no surprise. I mean, it could happen on a bunch of these holes. Hole 14 here, 260-foot par 3. Basket's going to be up and to the right, slightly perched on that hill. We're playing from the new red pad, which is going to be short right over there. Caleb went right side, just kind of trying to throw it just past Putter Island. Schrock's going to be trying to do the same. And then I have a totally different play to this. I'm going to be taking a really beat up soft Logic that's pretty flippy, and there's a small gap on the left that if I can kind of just get the putter through, I can get almost all the way down there. I hit a late tree. It's going to be very easy. You see me right next to Schrock there. So very easy par, but almost the ideal shot.
Yeah. And Schrock just hits the band there. Definitely a frustrating round for him in that sense, but Kirby lining up the foot on the back leg on the wood there, getting creative, hitting the putt.
Yeah, a lot of those awkward stances, here at Fenwick, right? So nice birdie from Caleb. He's putting with so that white putter that he's using is a P2X. And then that yellow putter that he has is a Magic, and he calls that his mountain putter, because when he won Crystal Mountain, he was using that putter for a lot of the stuff out there.
Hole 15, par 3, 305. A demanding shot shape in the sense of going straight into the right. We'll see some different forehands here from the card. Caleb leading it off. A little flex there. Oh, just hits a skinny tree.
Yeah, double Mando here is really, really intimidating. Just to try to, you just want to pipe the gap. Banks is standing very straight from where the T-pad is, and this is one of the cooler shots you're gonna see.
Wow.
Yeah, I was so close to smoking him right there.
Wow. We're going to see Schrock bending up mid-range, it looks like, going to the right, hitting that tree. Pin high.
Good stop. Solid putt from right there. Caleb's in a lot of trouble. There is, I mean, if you bend that corner tight enough, there is, I don't know, room and area where you can try to get up and down, but it's really, really difficult. I was almost up by where like blue 16's T-pad was. That's how far past the basket that I went.
Just short for Schrock there. Caleb
Really
coming
impressive
up.
par.
Yeah, great par save from Caleb.
Really impressive from where he was back there.
It trickled towards the basket. We had one birdie on the day on that hole. Very interesting.
Wow. Yeah, it's really, really tough get. Hole 16, 320 foot, par 3 from the red pad. I think from the tee pad there, you're gonna want to throw an overstable disc on a turnover and then let it flex out at the very end. I think a mid-range is the most common play. Caleb and I are both throwing glaciers. He's throwing the Horizon S line, and I'm throwing the Horizon C line. Both really, really nice to kind of flex out and get right to the basket up there. It's the best that you're going to see as you're pulling into the parking lot.
Yeah, I really enjoy this shot shape and I enjoy this line. I feel like even really good shots can get brought up short just with the foliage there, where it does make you want to create a big putt to make that birdie if you're not fully executing.
That was really cool to see. I couldn't see the way the disc finished from the tee pad from when I threw it. I didn't realize that it hit the rock and actually kind of kicked back towards the basket a little bit like that. That pink flag next to where my disc is the CTP flag. That was a $50 CTP that I ended up beating that CTP flag by about 3 or 4 inches, and it's only because I hit that rock and kind of got that little rejection. So it's kind of fun to watch.
For sure. And we see Caleb just hitting a big putt and walking it in, and it means a lot. Hole 16 in a close contest with you. Every putt matters. Every score matters.
That's what we expect out of Caleb. I've said it before, and I'll continue saying it. Caleb is easily one of the best putters in Washington State. You see on the road there's a lot of traffic. I-5 South was shut down to 1 lane. So these are all people that are trying to find alternate ways to get around there. It was really crazy.
No way. That's actually insane.
Yeah, you never see that much traffic at the course. It was really, really interesting.
They're all here for the tournament.
Yeah, everybody's coming to watch.
We got hole 17, 285 feet, par 3. Just beating a couple different gaps, picking your poison, and getting to a basket that's kind of in a tight little obstruction. So getting down there and puncturing through is kind of the biggest thing. And
where are my dogs at? Where are my dogs at? Yeah, I think the most difficult part of this hole is all the Mandos. They created an artificial Mando here on the left that prevents you from just kind of throwing the turnover on that left side. There is a Mando out to the right, just past where Caleb is, that kind of forces people up the tunnel there. I'm actually going over the tree there. That's my intended gap with Glacier, just trying to go really straight and getting a late tree, but it's all right. I'm pretty far down there.
we see Schrock lining up, trying to get through that gap, and does. Doesn't know where it's going, but that's about all you can say.
Caleb's in a really awkward position. You can't really see the basket. That log in front is probably about 28 feet or so, so definitely not an easy putt if you are in front of there. Got to be about 30 feet or so there.
Wow, and a huge putt. Big fist bump. Speed it up and walk it in, Curb. And Caleb just misses right.
Yeah, rare miss from Caleb. It's a big two-stroke swing, late in the game here.
You could say it's a big tree stroke swing as Schrock's trying to hit that from under the tree.
Wow. That's what I was saying with that log. It's if you're on the wrong side of that log, you can make that putt extra difficult, even though distance-wise it's not that much. It would be pretty routine if there wasn't this giant tree in your way.
We had 44% of the field birding at 4 birdies on the day. Kind of crazy.
Not bad, yeah. Hole 18, final hole of the tournament, 195-foot par 3. The elevated basket is going to be the most difficult part about this hole. It's a pretty basic hyzer. You can almost see the basket from the tee pad, but great playing with all these guys. Caleb's been awesome to play with. Got the goat on the bag all weekend.
What a
Helped him
shot.
so much.
What a shot from the tee pad. When you got the goat on the bag, it's undeniably going to be a good round.
That's right. Going with a soft tactic. The idea is that I can pretty much throw it anywhere near that basket and just hit the ground and not get too much ground play.
I think we'll see similar suit, maybe not with the plastic type, but with the shot very high, lofty. Getting the disc to just sit and work. And sit down.
Oh, that was kind of cool to watch. Yeah, it's really the most common mistake that you see here is people just throwing it way too far, not cutting the corner tight enough. So you see that out of Caleb. He's going back to that glacier. That might be just too much disc for this hole, honestly.
Still gonna leave him a putt fully in his range, but that elevated pin, as you say, is the harm of that. And when you miss the hillside and everything, creates rollaways, and yeah. Caleb, a confident putter, so hopefully see him line this up and oh wow.
Yeah, tough final 2 holes to finish on like that.
Are you feeling like you can capitalize on that for sure? The last 2 holes, huge.
Yeah, definitely smell a little blood in the water there, especially when he and I are going stroke for stroke the entire way down there. So finding an opportunity to get a couple on him to finish the round there felt pretty nice, and big stroke of confidence going into the second round.
Yeah,
all these guys are really great to play with, and just want to thank Justin Banks, Fairway Media, for being out here and filming for us. Make sure if you're not subscribed already, you do that, and you think about joining the monthly thing.
Join the monthly member access to Fairway Media. Join the mob, the Fairway Media mob. Join the freaks, the frenzy, the fashionable faction that we got here. Here we got the first round score from these 9 athletes competing. Kirby leading the game. We got me and Kirby on the screen. Like the video, subscribe, early access for membership. FairwayMediaDiscGolf.com. FairwayMedia.golf.
Watch round 2. Thank you all so much. We'll see you later.